Welcome back for this. Today we're making jollof rice. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, this video is for you. I am going to break down how to make the perfect jollof rice in simple steps. Also, this recipe is on how to make coconut jollof rice. And all you need to do is to trust the process. First, here are the ingredients. I'll be using 1 scotch bonnet pepper, 1 red long pepper, 1 bell pepper, 3 garlic, and 1 onions. Here I have my coconut, 85 ml cooking oil, 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of ginger paste, my spring onions already sliced and diced. I'll be using 2 stock cubes, 1 tablespoon dry thyme, 3 bay leaves, 1 tablespoon curry powder, and 2 cups of basmati rice. I'll proceed to sprinkle some cooking oil on the already cleaned pepper and onions, and then I'll get it ready for roasting. I'll be roasting this in my oven for 20 minutes on 150 degrees. If you're new here, I'd like to introduce myself. I am the online cook and I post recipes on how to make African food cooking easy at home. Now I'll proceed to process my coconut. I'll simply clean very well with water, then I'll cut in small sizes and blend till I achieve a semi-smooth paste. As I continue with this, one thing about this jollof rice recipe is it is very easy to make at home and it is so simple. You will love the process. All you need to do is to trust what I'm showing you and you will definitely get guaranteed results when you try this recipe. I'll add some water to make it easy for my blender to blend the coconut, and I'll proceed to blend off camera. Now, after blending, it's time for sieving. I'll strain the coconut chaff to separate the coconut milk from the mixture that I have in my blender by simply pouring everything into a fine mesh sieve placed over a big bowl. I'll rinse out the blender just to ensure I get the best of all the ingredients, and then I'll strain. After I'm done straining, my coconut milk is ready. Then I'll show you exactly what it looks like. This is the simple way of how to make coconut milk, homemade coconut milk. This right here is my homemade coconut milk and it's ready for the next step. Over here I have my roasted ingredients and it's time to blend. I'll pour everything into my blender. You can see the bell peppers, the onions, the garlic, they look well roasted and nice. After I put everything in the blender, I'll add about 1 cup of water and I'll blend to a smooth paste. This is what the paste looks like after blending, and now it's time to cook. I'll pour my cooking oil into my pot, and as soon as the oil is hot enough, I'll pour in the blended pepper mix. After this, I'll add other ingredients like dry thyme, curry powder. I'll also be adding my bay leaves. That is a must. Ginger paste, which is very nice for lovely taste and fragrance. Here I have my stock cubes. I'll crush it into the pot, and then I'll be adding half tablespoon of salt for now till I taste the meal or the sauce and I'm sure that it needs more salt. I like to be very careful with salt. So I'll give everything a good stir and then I'll cover the pot and cook for 2 minutes on high heat. After 2 minutes, this is what the sauce looks like. It is well fried, and then I'll proceed to add my coconut milk. Yes, but first I had to quickly give it a nice stir just to ensure that nothing is stuck at the bottom of the pot. After I pour in my coconut milk, I'll give it a nice stir again to ensure that everything is properly combined well, and then I'll taste the sauce. After tasting, I realized I needed a little bit more salt, so I went ahead to add the remaining half tablespoon of salt. I'll cover and cook for 1 minute or till it starts to boil just like this. And it's time for the next step. The next step is to stir well to combine again, and then I'll proceed to add my already washed rice. If you like to know how I wash my rice, it's very simple. I clean it with water consistently about 2 to 3 times or till the water is clear, and that's how I clean my rice. After I pour it into the mixture in the pot or into the sauce in the pot, I'll give it a good mix again to combine very well. And then I want to show you a cooking hack. I'll cover the pot with my baking sheet. You can use aluminum foil if you have, and then I'll place the cover on it and allow it to cook for 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, this is what I have. And the next thing I will do is I'll lit the rice at the edges just to ensure that all the liquid floating on top of the rice goes underneath to cook the rice properly from the bottom. This cooking hack is necessary so that I won't add too much water. You would remember that I used water to blend the coconut. I used some water to blend the roasted peppers. So I have to be very careful with adding water. I'll cover the pot again and cover. And this time around, I'll turn the heat down to medium heat and I'll cook for another 4 minutes. After 4 minutes, this is the rice again. And it's time to lift everything at the edges again so that that excess liquid can go underneath. What happens is the underneath is usually dry while the liquid floats to the top. So this is the cooking hack to ensure that the jollof rice comes out nice, tasty, and it's not soggy. I'll proceed to taste the rice just to ascertain the softness. And then I realized that it needs a little bit more water, so I'm going to be adding about half cup of water to the edge of the rice. Take note, I'm not pouring the water all over the rice. I'm gently lifting the rice and adding the water at the edge. I'll cover the pot again and I would allow it to cook on medium heat for another 3 minutes. After this, let me show you what I have here. This right here is my coconut jollof rice. It is almost ready, and it's just time to give it a very good stir, and then I'd add the one last ingredient that I am yet to add. Can you guess what that ingredient is? You saw everything in the tray earlier, but then you can also watch this video and continue to watch so that you can see what I'm about to add. I'll be adding my spring onions at this point. So the trick here is the rice is almost properly cooked. I mean, in terms of how soft it is. So what I would do is after I add the spring onions, I'll mix very well to combine. I'll turn off the heat and allow the rice to cook finally with the heat in the pot. Remember, this jollof rice is already very hot and it is almost properly cooked and softened to my preferred taste. So this is the cooking hack that I use to ensure that my jollof rice is properly cooked and it stands separated every single time. I'll cover the pot and just let it sit with no heat from the cooker at all for about 5 minutes. And this is the result after 5 minutes. All that liquid has been absorbed by the rice, and you can see that the rice is very dry. I'm going to proceed to serve the rice so that you can see for yourself again. And this right here is my delicious jollof rice. Thank you so much for watching this video, and don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, share this video, and subscribe to my channel, because here is where I give you guaranteed results, especially if you're willing to trust the process. Make sure you have a good time. Bye.